crypto picks for 2019. And I kind of have a feeling that this market is about to maybe turn around here. I did send out a tweet last night. You can look on my Twitter account, which is Joe Knows Cryptos. And when it hit 116, I had kind of felt that I saw the market turn slowly, but had stopped dropping. And I kind of felt that that was going to be a bottom. So I went ahead and I did buy a few more Litecoin. Once the market hit the 117, I got in there at $30. But let me get right into my picks and what I'm looking at and what I'm buying. And I'll try to get into a little more detail, although I do only have 15 minutes for these videos. I do have, I think, between 10 and 15 cryptos that I'm going to talk about here. I'm going to give them about a minute or two each. And I'm going to start with where they place right now in the market position on downward. All right, first up is going to be Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, see my screen, again, is the crypto that everybody knows about. It's the crypto that people who never heard of cryptocurrencies have heard of Bitcoin at least. It's the one that people will invest in first. And it is still primarily the crypto that is used to purchase other cryptos with, meaning that it will stay in its top position and it will continue to have success. And this year I think should be a great year for Bitcoin for those reasons. All right. Other reasons I like Bitcoin is the maximum supply is only 21 million Bitcoin. And in circulation right now, there's already 17,481,875 according to CoinMarketCap. So there's not too many left out there to actually be mined. And once they're fully mined and people own them all, then they're going to have to start splitting Bitcoins if you want to own a Bitcoin. So that's very promising as well. They also have a halvening coming up in 2020, I believe, and that historically has given cryptocurrencies a boost in price as well. So Bitcoin is on my list. All right, next up is, of course, Litecoin. You know I love Litecoin. I just mentioned earlier that I had bought some Litecoin at $30 on the market dip. And there's your Litecoin LTC. Litecoin is great for many reasons. It's fast, it's secure, it's safe. Recently you may have heard about Ethereum Classic, 51%. That's where people can own the largest chain in the blockchain, and they can actually manipulate prices. And it doesn't cost much money to do that. However, Litecoin does have a larger would be a much larger investment for anyone to try to manipulate the price of Litecoin. Litecoin is on the most exchanges other than maybe Bitcoin. And as far as Gemini and Coinbase and Binance and all the small ones all the way down the line, Litecoin is on pretty much every single exchange. It's also going to be part of the first coins added to things like HODL it. It's going to be their first coin of the month when they finally open. The Lightning Network is now available. They just passed 100 nodes. They also have a halvening coming up in 2019 in August. A lot of great things going on for Litecoin, and that is one that would probably be my number one pick, up there as far as one that I feel secure and is safe. It's not going to go under. It's not going to go out of business. It's already been around for a long time, and it still has a very promising future, and there's a lot to look forward to with Litecoin. So for that reason, Litecoin is in my top picks for 2019. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, now I do like ones like Stellar, which I do keep my eye on. You can't ignore XRP right now with all the relations that they have with banks. However, XRP is one that I'm still refusing to buy because I feel that it is still too if you know anything about XRP, when they opened, they took, I believe it was either 10 or 20 million of their tokens and held it, meaning that's a lot of tokens that they can use to sell to manipulate the price. It almost makes it too centralized for me, and for that reason, I stay away from XRP. Although they do have a lot of promising bank relations going on. I refer to it as a banker's coin, but not one that I'm overly enthusiastic about because of that reason. And Stellar, I think, is one to keep an eye on as well, although I may be purchasing it, but I'm not going to go into detail on Stellar. I do like Stellar. I think it does have a lot of promise, but that's not one that it's one that I'm looking at, but I don't currently own. All right, but Cardano, I do currently own Cardano, and let's get Cardano up here. I want it to open up. Here it goes. Okay, Cardano, ADA is its symbol, and having a good day today. Cardano is known for having the best technology. They're going to have everything. Now, the biggest knock on Cardano is that their plan for finished product is too far out for some people. However, everything that they do is meticulous. It's been planned out to the fullest extent. They shouldn't have to do any upgrades, make any changes. When Cardano is finally released and ready to go for the public, it's going to be flawless, seamless, no kinks, no bugs. It's going to be perfect. And that's the good thing about Cardano. Because of that, I mean, it's even supposed to be unhackable and resistant to any kind of these, computers that are, I can't remember what they call them right now, but that, the kind of the, not the Internet of Things, but the supercomputers that are able to learn from each other and learn how to break down blockchains possibly. They're not even going to be able to do that to Cardano. So Cardano is going to be one of the most secure, safest, reliable, trustworthy cryptos out there. And for that reason alone, I am a holder of Cardano. And again, guys, this is not financial advice. This is just letting you know personally what I'm liking this year for cryptocurrencies. All right, so next up we have Monero. Monero is a privacy coin. Between Monero and Dash, they're supposed to be the two best. From what I understand, Monero is a bit better. It's the one to go to. Privacy coins means that people will not be able to see who holds Monero tokens. When they're transferred, they won't be able to see who they're transferred to and where they came from. So with the other cryptocurrencies that are not privacy cryptos, you can see the addresses where they came from and were sent to. And people like this privacy feature. It is one of the reasons that cryptocurrencies was created as well, was for privacy, to get away from centralization and governments watching you and spying on you. So Monero is right now at 4607. And I do not currently own Monero, but it's one that I would be possibly thinking of getting into. All right, how are we doing on timeline? I got to speed this up a little here, guys. Ethereum Classic. Ethereum Classic is mostly dealing with dApps and the Internet of Things. They're part of the Ethereum blockchain. They're actually the original Ethereum, and it's had some bad news lately. And you would think with the bad news that came out, I don't currently own Ethereum Classic because there has been so much bad news that came out as far as the 51% hacking attack that they had, as well as them firing their top promotion person. But even with those two really bad items of news, you would think that Ethereum Classic would have just tanked. I mean, just fallen in the in the market cap and in the volume and in the space, the spot that it's in the top 20, but it hasn't, which leads me to think that there's something about Ethereum Classic that we don't know, that the people at the top know and they're not telling us. When something like this happens, when something has so much bad news come out, and it still holds even keel with all the other cryptos out there, it may even be up a little bit, that there's something else going on there. I'm going to keep my eye on Ethereum Classic. I suggest you do the same for that reason. It hasn't totally, went down. It should have really, been down to like $1 with all the bad news it's had, and it's doing well. So considering the market conditions, so I'm going to keep an eye on Ethereum Classic. Don't currently hold it. I did hold it for a while until that bad news came out, and I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Another one I don't own, but I'm seriously considering getting into, is crypto called Chainlink. I'll be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about Chainlink. I'm going to start looking into it. The reason I put it on this list, though, is because every time the market goes down, Chainlink hardly goes down. When the market goes up, it flies up. If you look at it from its original inception, the whole market has just fallen off these cliffs. Chainlink is just not gone down, even on these big turndowns. Over the last year, even with the big, huge market, drops we've had, where a lot of these cryptos are down 80, 90+%, Chainlink is about even. If it keeps having moves like this, it's going to be up. So that is definitely something that, I kept seeing it. Chainlink up big numbers. Days when the market was down huge, Chainlink still up. And I'm going to keep an eye on Chainlink. I don't currently own it. I want to look into it a little bit more before I do purchase it, but that's what I'm definitely eyeing. I gotta hurry up here, guys. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of time. Okay, another one I don't own is Revain, and it's kind of the same thing as Chainlink. Goes up when the market when the market goes up a little, it flies up. When the market goes down, it goes down a little. Don't currently own Revain, but going to look more into that, find out more about it. All right, next one is Genesis Vision. You guys know I love Genesis Vision. Reasons I love Genesis Vision: very, very low, small market cap. Their total supply is 4,436,644 total tokens. They're only 10,000 away from being totally sold out in the circulating supply. That's not much. I mean, that could be a couple of big buyers. Once that happens and they have to start splitting Genesis Vision tokens, we should see price appreciation. Plus, they do have a working product, which if you want to learn more about, you can watch in my other videos. All right, moving right along here. Okay, I talked about Revain. Walton Chain. Walton Chain I did recently purchase. Walton Chain is a blockchain, and it's also a RFID token that is working. Guys, I got to hurry this up, but I do own Walton Coin, Walton Chain, and Wabi is now Teal, T-A-E-L, is a similar type of token in a way that it's a RFID token that is currently working and has income coming in from it. Where a lot of these tokens had their initial public offerings, they made their money, they're using that money to pay their people. Once that money runs out, they're going to be out of luck. These companies already have money coming in. And Nexo, I do own also. Nexo pays a dividend every month. It's a lender token. You can put Bitcoin or Nexo token in there, and they will lend you money, about 50% on it, with hardly any checks at all. You can have your money the next day, and that's going to wrap it up. Love you guys. Bye. And the last one I forgot to mention is Smartlands SLT. This is not on many exchanges, but when it is offered on exchanges, it's going to fly through the roof. Thanks, guys.